Live in Western Oregon, this is NBC 16 Today.
Happy hump day, everyone. We're halfway through the week. We're at the tail end of this hot stretch. Things are turning up. Oregon and Oregon State play football this weekend. Taylor Swift's engaged. It's good news on our Wednesday.
We had a dog story.
Gotta have it again.
Have Taylor Swift, more of that coming up. It's a good day.
It's a good day. It's a
Wednesday.
solid Wednesday.
The temperatures are creeping slowly back down.
The way
About
we want
time.
them. Oh my goodness, you're not kidding. It felt like a full week. Basically, last Friday we started feeling this heat wave. We're still going to have some of it today. Some warmer temperatures down in the southern portion of our region, but still, finally coming out the other side of this, it appears. Look at it through the tower cam. Sun is starting to have some effects here over the Hyatt Tower cam at just after 6 o'clock this morning. Let's take a peek at where we're standing right now. Big drop off in temperatures in the Linn-Benton County area, but that's because there was a big jump up yesterday. So we're really just balancing things back out. Everything, honestly, a little bit of kind of equilibrium wherever we're looking. We're seeing mid and upper 50s, low 60s along the I-5 corridor, mid and upper 50s on the coast there in the Central Coast. South Coast, mid and upper 50s, low 60s, and then along the I-5 corridor, mid, upper 50s, mid 60s. So pretty balanced across the region as we start our day today. Going to have some activity on the satellite radar, mostly cloud coverage in our area to the very southern portions of our area, even into Medford, seeing some chances at some moisture and some lightning storms. That's true as well into the Cascades and east. It's some good and bad news. The lightning could start new fires. The moisture could help to fight the fires that already exist. Also help scrub the sky from all of the smoke and improve the air quality, ideally, out into Central Oregon, as well as it's been a little moderate over the past couple of days. Another thing that's going to be helping those wildfire firefighters are going to be some calm winds. We're talking single digits for most of the day, maybe some gusts up into the double digits, but really calming down, hoping to lower the fire activity as the humidity picks up to the back half of this week as well. And temperatures coming down. We're talking high 80s in the Eugene Springfield area, maybe cracking 90s down, though, in Roseburg.
First this morning, Department of Homeland Security officers get physical with local immigration advocates after an ICE protest escalated Tuesday in downtown Eugene. Lane County Immigrant Defense Network gathered several dozen protesters at the federal building around 10 Tuesday morning. Organizers have scheduled regular protests for months, but yesterday's events escalated to federal police pushing multiple protesters. At least one person was detained. We spoke with one of the protesters who said DHS police tackled a man on a bike, pushed an elderly man into a concrete wall, and pushed a demonstrator who hit her head.
We've experienced a big escalation from them of the violence that they're bringing against us. We're just here picketing on the sidewalk, and that's what they do to us. And I feel responsible, for like the demonstration and everybody's safety, and so, but at the same time, we recognize that this is a very violent system that we're here to fight back against. But we also know that we have no choice. But we're going to be out here again and again and again.
The group cleared the area before 4 p.m., saying they no longer believe any immigrants remained in the building. The organizer tells us they'll continue to mobilize and educate people on how to respond if ICE agents show up to their home or workplace. The group also called out political leaders to take action against immigration enforcement. We reached out to the Department of Homeland Security and are waiting to hear their response.
This protest happening shortly after a domestic violence incident quickly escalated and resulted in a heavy police response in Springfield yesterday.
And she went across the street to the neighbor, their closest neighbor, and said, "He's lost it, he's trying to kill me."
Just after 11 Tuesday morning, multiple law enforcement agencies responded to a home off 60th Street in Springfield after reports of an assault and shots fired. Springfield police say a woman was assaulted by her husband but escaped the home and went to her neighbor's house, where she then called 911. When crews responded, the woman was taken to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The Lane County Sheriff's Office's SWAT team assisted as drones were sent into the home to search for the suspect.
Once we entered the house, we realized the perpetrator of the assault appears to be deceased from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Police entered the home soon after and confirmed the man's death. It's not known what led to the dispute, but there's no current threat to the public. If you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, take a look at your screen now. It's a list of available resources here across the state and as well as in our counties across our viewing area. Head to NBC16.com for this list as well.
Turning to wildfire season coverage in southern Lane County, the Immigrant fire is holding steady at 6,000 acres. That's according to the U.S. Forest Service. It's south of Oak Ridge near the Indigo Springs campground, right along the Lane and Douglas County lines. It started Sunday afternoon and grew quickly due to hot, dry, and windy conditions. It's in an area with steep slopes and overlaps with burn scars from a 2009 wildfire, providing fire line options for firefighters. And in Lynn County, a field fire which sparked several level 3 evacuation orders between Crawfordsville and Holly is now being investigated for possible criminal charges. According to the Lynn County Sheriff's Office, the fire was started by a resident driving a pickup in a field of tall grass. All in all, the fire burned about 25 acres, damaged a pump house, and destroyed an RV on the field. No injuries were reported, and when the investigation by Lynn County detectives and the state fire marshal wraps up, it will be sent to the DA's office for possible criminal charges. And an Oregon firefighter died while battling a wildfire in Montana. That's according to fire officials. Ruben Romero died from a heart attack on Sunday. He was from Kaiser. The forestry company he worked for said he died doing what he loved. Romero was one of the 700 firefighters battling the Bivens Creek fire. Has burned about 2,200 acres since August 13th.
On the 5th anniversary of the devastating Labor Day fires that happened in 2020, experts at Oregon State University came together to discuss lessons learned since then and face the hard realities for Oregonians in the near future. Rather than focus on that doom and gloom, the focus was on preparedness.
The trend is toward more frequent fire, larger fire. That's going to happen. It's not a matter of preventing wildfires, especially when we have high winds. It's a matter of trying to harden structures and try to prevent loss of life and loss of property.
Fleshman says hardening structures to withstand fire is extremely effective and not terribly expensive on newer structures.
The Douglas Forest Protective Association says the cooler weather in the forecast means a lower fire danger, which could change some fire restrictions. The change, which goes into effect tomorrow, lowers public use restrictions, which are meant to reduce the risk of wildfires. Those restrictions apply to the non-commercial use of power saws, mowing, and cutting or grinding metal. Those are only allowed before 10 a.m. or after 8 p.m. The DFPA also wants to remind everyone that backyard burning is still illegal, along with open campfires, unless they are at designated sites, and vehicles can only be used on approved roads. There is a full list of restrictions available online. We have a link to that on our website, NBC16.com. Got to remember, even with those restrictions being lowered, it's still creeping on, like just barely not in the 90s. So it's still warm temperatures, still dry temperatures.
Absolutely.
The risk is still there.
Absolutely. And as we head to Labor Day, where camping is going to be happening widespread across the state, we just talked about it. We're on the 5-year anniversary of those Labor Day fires. For folks who are in the area and the McKenzie River corridor during those fires, they know how intense they can still be at this time of year. Take those extra steps to be cautious while you're out there enjoying the beautiful state of Oregon over the weekend. It is now 6:08. Charleston Fire, along with other coastal emergency departments, have completed a rope rescue at Cape Argo State Park. The fire chief for the Charleston department says the rescue happened at Middle Cove. They were assisted by Coos, North Bend, and North Bay fire departments. Park rangers set up a road closure near Simpson Reef to make sure rescuers could do their work. The person who was rescued was airlifted to the Bay Area Hospital.
A bill signed into law by Governor Tina Kotek doubles the amount of money available for the Oregon Energy Assistance Program to $40 million. That money will go towards energy assistance for customers who struggle to pay their utility bills. Oregon Housing and Community Services says the money comes just as the federal government announces funding cuts and the elimination of the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. That program helped more than 59,000 Oregonians keep the lights on in 2023 and 24.